library of books. Actually, we're gonna take a look at my collection of action figures. Oh boy, I'm dizzy. Whew. So, yeah, I thought that'd be neat. Actually, let me show you a bit around here. This is what happens to your room when you move out. They were nice to put a cot on there, but you know, this room is actually really pretty big for one person. I kind of muscled my way in here when I was a teenager because I hated the size of my bedroom, but more so it was just really dark in there. But I kept some things behind, like my desk, and I always take my shuttle with me because I'm a big giant nerd. This is my the first TV I ever bought brand new. And I have some consoles down there with some duplicates of games I always keep here, just if I want to play them when I come home. But yeah, anyways, we're taking a look at the toys, and this is not all my toys. These are, you know, toys that I got through the years from my, I guess, parents, but also other people like friends and family. But again, this is not all the toys and collectibles that I ever purchased. These are more or less, I mean, this is like, I guess, a majority of like the action figures, but there's a bunch of other stuff I have, but this is probably like what I would consider like the stuff I actually played with, or actually this thing on top I know is something I deemed collectible when I was like probably 12. And it's wrapped great. Let me take a look at it. It's giant size X-Men. They made like a, you know, they're cool figures. Of course, I can't take this crap off right now, but you have all the little action figures like Archangel and, well, before he was Archangel, it was Angel. Iceman there and Beast. So that's pretty cool. I said giant size X-Men, but I meant the original X-Men team. So you may think I'm some sort of, I don't know, really particular person, and I guess I am, but the reason why everything's in bags really is because there was a flood once in our basement, and that's kind of where these were put when I was gone one time. And so in order to prevent any damage in the future, I kind of wrapped everything in bags. So that's why everything's in bags. Sweet! These are monsters in my pocket. I actually got a ton of these dudes from, take a little focus on that dude. A ton of these guys from, I don't remember the names of these, but a ton of these guys from the, it was like it was like an antique store, but it had other more modern things in it. When I was like 5, 6, 7, whenever they were like popular, there was this huge box that had like, it was like a mountain, and it had all the figures in little slots. Find some here. Here we go. We got some Transformer things. Like I said, I sold some of these, but the majority are still here. Like I had a Grimlock from the G2 Transformers, and he was like turquoise in color, and I remember finding out that he was worth some money, so I sold him. I mean, I like Grimlock. I have some of those action figures where I am, but I don't know. He's not even the original Grimlock color. But yeah, I always cut out these things, and I kept them. These are for all the Gen 2 stuff. I never got all these guys. The Constructicons to build the Devastator. And if this guy's in here, which he probably is because I have his card, yeah, this guy sucks. Like the figure always fell apart when you were transforming him. He never would hold his form. No, I need some of these batteries. This is supposed to Screech. This is from the original Jurassic Park. This is one of my favorite toys. I was like 8 and 9, Leonardo. This was from, I got this at a yard sale. Dirt bag or something like that. Oh, sweet. This was my first Venom figure. Out of there. I think there's tape on that. This dude is pretty awesome. What you do with him, there's gunk in here. Gunk. And you put the gunk in this little cavity, and then, or no. No. Oh man, what the heck is that? Who knows? But you're supposed to, I guess, release the cap here, and then you press it, and the gunk's supposed to come out of his chest. I don't know what they were thinking, but you know, for an early Venom toy, like this is probably late 80s, his legs are kind of flimsy, but he does kind of capture the Venom in the books quite well, and there's some really stupid looking Venom guys. If I can find one in here, there's one that has like skinny Venom. Is this him? No. And he has like this tongue that flicks. I think I got it from my aunt. In addition to this guy, these are a bunch of turtle dudes. I've got Super Shredder from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 movie. Some guy there. This guy. Not Metalhead, but can't remember. What's this guy's name? He's like a really easy one. This is like General Krong or some dude like that. I got this guy from my my aunt for like some holiday or something, and I hated this dude. I literally tore him apart and put him back together. This is Metalhead. And let's see. Got some more turtle toys. This dude does flips. That's what it should have said on his package. This dude does flips. This is, I don't know, I forget what they call them, but they call them like action something like that. Or this guy has like, you bend him back and then he springs forward and he does like a flip or something. But this guy is pretty sweet. I still kind of stopped like getting action figures maybe when I was around 10 or 12. He's Mutagen Man, he's pretty sweet. I still got some even after that, but for the most part I didn't really like, I don't know, I got more or less like stuff from, I got like at comic shops, like anime stuff, Gundam, every now and then I would get a figure, like this is probably a later, maybe 97, 98. Venom. They had this whole series based on Venom. The comic for the Venom. He only had his own comic. And this guy I got. Interesting. One of his things fell off there because he's glued. Yeah, these were really high detail figures for the time. And this is from Separation Anxiety. There was a whole series where Eddie Brock got separated from the symbiote, and yeah, I have Venom, but he's back where I am. He's kind of going up. There's some more dinosaurs. Jurassic Park. Miscellaneous parts. This is for a Mega Man action figure that they released at the time, Marvel vs. Capcom. When you do your super in that game, you become super huge robot and you start firing missiles out. Although when you put this on Mega Man, he doesn't look that much bigger. So it's meant to capture it. This is part of the same thing, like it was a backdrop for, I guess you put the two figures on there and you make them look like they're fighting in the game. Got some Alien stuff, which my parents never really let me watch radar movies, but I thought these were cool and they allowed me to buy them. And these were never even in the movie. This is like the bull alien. This guy is pretty sweet. Look at that. Toys now, I look at the toy on like Target every now and then, and the toys are just so small compared to like the detail you get with these guys and how big they are. I mean, even at the time, back then, the toys were getting smaller. like, you know, you'd see a picture of an old G.I. Joe in a book, and you go, oh wow, that's pretty big, like 12-inch figures. They still had those every now and then, but I thought they looked stupid. Like stuff that looked like the Migos from like the 70s. This is Berserker Wolverine. There's a little switch on the back there. And he gets to break down this door. The G2 Transformers. We got Jazz. Jazz is pretty sweet. And ooh, this is probably a later one. This is Nightcrawler, but they changed up his outfit in the comics. And they gave him like this kind of shaved head outfit or hairdo. And neat, he has his sword there. I have a more traditional Nightcrawler, traditional outfit, I should say, but it still looks kind of, you know, there's like a light up sword. It's in here somewhere. There's some more alien stuff. This is the praying mantis alien. Do they have alien toys in the store? I mean, look at these. These were sold to kids. This is freaking sweet. Look at this. I mean, he's translucent green, and he has like these things on his back, which makes the claws swing out. I mean, they sold everybody. They sold this. They sold the Queen. They gave a little comic in there too, with each figure. See some word bubble stuff. And I guess there was part of like a Dark Horse series, but I never bought the comic. So I guess these were based on that, like the full issues. This is pretty sweet. This guy is probably the only human guy I have. He has this like mech that's supposed to look like the Queen, and I guess he fights aliens in it, and it fires missiles. Don't know if that showed up on camera. Here, we fired again. Here's some more later shit. Got probably like 1 or 2 Carnage figures I have. I was never a huge fan of Carnage. I thought he was really stupid. Like a lot of people would say Venom is one-dimensional. Carnage is pretty much one-dimensional. He's like, I don't know, I would think people younger than me got into Carnage. I got into Venom. Probably people older than me think Venom is stupid. I mean, most of the comic characters I got into were just because they looked awesome. Carnage looks awesome, but I think he's too stupid for me to, you know, be interested in reading more about. This is the Black Symbiote Spider-Man, and again, they have like the weirdest, like, what the hell is this for? It's supposed to be shooting a web out of his chest that draws you upward. It's like, what? I mean, he looks cool and all. Even has like the little dots on his wrist where the webs shoot out of. So, I mean, it looks pretty sweet. This is for the 94 cartoon series. Pretty sure it was 94. Here's some more Turtles stuff. I don't think I'm going to go through all these, but we got like a Space Raphael there, a Splinter. The regular Turtles are in there. Now this one I'll open up because it has probably like my favorite action figure in here. The original Slash. And I chewed on that when I was, I don't know, young. And I lost the claw there. To me, this guy is pretty sweet. One thing I noticed about like old action figures, like 80s Turtles action figures, they get kind of tacky, and I think it's basically like the oils from your skin over the years just collect dust or what have you over top of it. And just Samurai Leo, he's pretty cool. It's like cybernetic armor. something like that. He's pretty sweet. Toka from the movie. And then we have a bunch of Spider-Man Marvel stuff. Here's that dumb Venom I was talking about. He has this stupid ass skinny figure. This is like some chess piece that flies off. I don't understand that. But look at this. Look, look, look. It's kind of dumb. The eyes look pretty sweet. The teeth have no fangs. It's kind of dumb. Here's the Nightcrawler I was talking about. The one with the light up sword. I'll show you the other room. I don't have much toys in there. But you know, you can check it out. It's actually my old room. So, yeah, we can check that out later. But it needs batteries. There's a little switch on the back here. And then the sword lights up. But Nightcrawler's pretty sweet. Here's some penny racers. Got into these dudes late. Because they had like an original series of penny racers. But these are like Coral Q kind of like. They're later on kind of penny racers. I think they're kind of neat. I wasn't much into cars. But I did have some. This was like some figure I got on a trip when we went out west. I think I remember getting this from like some toy store in San Francisco. This is the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. If anybody remembers the Maximum Clonage series and all the hate that gathered. Now this is another sweet Venom figure. This is the first Spider-Man series. Let me just open them up. So I'm keeping them not in these bags probably anymore just because of the... I don't know, I probably should get rid of them. I'm not really using them. But, my god. Tape and everything. Yeah, this is the first probably decent Venom figure. And, you know, he has battle damage there. He even has the little dots on the wrists. So I don't think that's focusing. Pretty sweet though. And some more Spider-Man stuff. This is when he was the Man Spider, and they have him in shackles and everything. And oh, see, this is something they don't do with figures. They don't give you, like, they have little, where'd that go? They have little extras, like maybe a weapon or something like that. But you have like shackles, and even more interesting, there's Man Spider, and Spider-Man jeans or whatever made him turn into a spider. But they gave you these pins. I don't have the clip on the back, but they gave you these pins, and you know, you could clip them on whatever. I have a hat that is just full of those buttons. This is another Venom that is clear because he has this camouflage power. Some Transformers junk, little cars based on Spider-Man and Venom. This is from a Ninja Turtles board game. It was like a giant tower, and you kind of slide out a sword, and then if turtles fall or something, you get points. That's a bad explanation of it, but these are, of course, Ray and Peter Venkman from the Ghostbusters. These were based on the cartoon. I had the Ecto 1 or Ecto 2 or whatever, and sold that a while ago. Here's one of my favorite Transformers from G2. It's a fire truck. Don't want to lose is everything. But these are pretty sweet. The fire truck dude. Don't remember his name. Got... I think this guy's name was literally Night Swinging Spider-Man. And the only thing different about him was he has this kind of black costume that looks like the Amazing Fantasy 15 cover there, or the Alex Ross Spider-Man when he did the cover, and they did a for the Marvel series. Maybe I'll put a little, I'm probably going to put a picture there, I already said there, but there is a picture of Alex Ross's Spider-Man. And you can play as him in the Spider-Man video game on the Dreamcast and the PS1. Here we got a pretty sweet Iceman. He's not skinny or anything. He's like all crazy shards coming out of his shoulders and shit. And you have like this thing that pops up for whatever reason. I think he's still pretty sweet. Has these giant fists like the Battletoads, and they punch somebody in the face. Doesn't have giant feet though. Or a hammer. This is from Tomb Raider. And they released a Tomb Raider figure. These are pretty cool. These are like play sets. So you have little mini action figures in here and a card on the back. But you have this is a play set of the Brooklyn Bridge, I think. And I don't know where Spider-Man is, but Venom is fighting Wolverine. And you can make him flip up onto a platform up here. It's just sort of like, you know, I guess if you didn't want to bring your toys along on a trip, like maybe they're too big or something, you can bring those. I got some for X-Men versus the Master Sentinel, and then Sabretooth versus Wolverine. Oh, this guy's cool. Vengeance or something like that. And Ghost Rider. Don't have a motorcycle or anything. But he glows in the dark. He's pretty cool looking. There's the switch on his back. It's Hobgoblin. Here's another Carnage. But yeah, that's pretty much all my action figures. I know I did sell some. Here's the best Spider-Man figure ever. This is the figure. If you were like, this figure took me a long time to find in toy stores. Like, I would always look for this guy. He was on, you know, like they show on the back of the packaging, they would always show a figure, and they would say, okay, this is Venom, Carnage. This was like superposable Spider-Man. You can like, he has so many joints. You can make him, you know, crouch, and you know, you can move his chest. So, you know, he was pretty sweet. And, you know, you can hang him from a string and, you know, kind of get close to what, you know, where's that other one? Like, this is, you can't do that with this figure, you know. He has some articulation, but not as crazy as, like, bending chest pieces and the wrists even. So, yeah, this is the best Spider-Man figure ever. So, let's go check out that other room.